There we
Why?
go. All right, now we're recording. So I'm gonna
Nobody's
say
connecting though.
no. That's just a spectator bug. Don't worry.
Fun.
Fun stuff. There's also that delay remaining 001 thing instead of saying like it is your turn to ban.
Yeah.
So it
Okay.
always Anyway, so I am recording now. So I'm gonna say welcome to another episode of Milkcast featuring me, Milk, the
And
eponymous Milk of the Milkcast legacy, and
the
Dono.
legacy.
Yeah,
And Kaiser.
Kaiser.
The additional. The
the
secondary.
the additional the second wheel on the unicycle that is Milkcast. The
The un. I think we're a bicycle. I feel like we
Okay,
gel.
yeah, all right, fine. We gel decently, and plus, especially when you are like inexplicably 5 seconds in front of my um
Yes.
delay, and then you can actually tell me when first blood is coming, so I don't miss it and look like a moron.
And also, I hope I chop you up at least a little bit because not saying it's a bad thing, but you can get a little long-winded.
Yeah, but that's the charm.
Oh yes.
That is the charm.
Well, I'm charmed. I'm back.
Yep, you're back. All right.
Anyway, the bans, I mean, they seem pretty standard. I mean, you got that Alistar, kind of a targeted ban at jungle, plays an amazing jungle Alistar.
Yeah.
You
Did
got
I?
the
Oh, did I
SH
tell you
ban.
by the way, or were you watching?
Huh.
We are in a full blown feud right now on the jungle and
Oh,
I.
what? Why? What occurred?
We duo queued,
Uh-huh.
and he played jungle Astar.
Uh-huh.
Started queue, level 2, got E, didn't gank, went to his
What?
wraiths. I got ganked by
What?
jungle Pantheon, no counter gank. It was real rough,
Oh
real rough.
shit, dude. Now what's his side of the story?
His side of the story is that bot lane didn't leash him, which is true. So he wanted to get E instead of using his health pots. Instead of using his 3 health pots, I'm shouting that so loud that he can hear me through the spectator mode.
I
He's gonna
believe it.
hear me all the way in chance select. Anyway, I think we should let that minor, we shouldn't air our
Grievance?
grievances on stream.
Oh.
We should probably for those. I don't know. We got a couple viewers and a couple new viewers. In fact, people who don't generally watch these Reddit
How
in-house vibes.
exciting.
So we did mention that Alistair ban targeted at only jungle, who, despite occasionally picking up E level 2 and not ganking mid, as every other jungle Alistair in history does a good job of that. But we also see the Riven ban targeted at Shreve, who is
Mhm.
a phenomenal solo top laner,
Now,
very
who's
consistent.
the Nautilus band centered at? Because typically, I feel like there are a lot of other bands, like especially maybe a Warwick or something that you could ban in that place.
Wait, why did they ban Blitz?
Oh shit, because Sushi's just gonna play Blitz.
Maybe Shreve was just like, who is that champion with that hook that brings you closer? Oh, it's Nautilus, and ban
Yeah,
Nautilus
that's the
instead of Blitz.
one.
I'm sure that's it. That's got to be it. So anyway, I think caffeine.
Oh, they're taking Nistle's Maokai.
Yeah, that is true. Although we have seen Nissi play a lot of Vladimir and doing quite a good job of playing
Oh
his
yeah.
Vladimir. Um, just in fact, also won a game as Vlad. Just this in-house that you just missed.
Uh,
A couple Vlad.
well, I'll have to watch the replay because I do very much enjoy watching Nistle play.
Yep.
Let's see. So we
Is
got
this? Do you
Corky
think
and
this is going
Fizz
to
picked
be,
up
by the way, a jungle Fizz, or do you think this is a Fizz pick which will be switched?
a trade. It could be either.
It could be either.
I think that there was that video a while back that showed the strengths of Jungle Fizz, so it wouldn't surprise me if it were Jungle Fizz. But you really like he's he's kind of like a poor man's Shaco, if you will.
Yeah.
Like you have to counter jungle effectively and know timings fairly well in order to make really good use out of a Jungle Fizz.
The other thing is that he really has zero consistent CC until level 6, and then even at level 6, his CC is very delayed, and
Hmm.
also a skill shot. So it's not the
Well,
most reliable way
well,
to
I mean
gank.
it's delayed, but the slow attached to that thing has got to be what 60-70%.
Yep.
So like
Yep.
even until the thing erupts, it's really just making sure you hit that consistently.
Yeah, but I mean, it's very strong if you have something like Rise Mid, which can just cast this instant cast kind of immobilization, and then you throw it
Yeah.
out. Yeah. So we see, let's see, we see two smites on purple team. So two people on this team seem to play junglers. I think Vidern was the least in last game. I'm not too sure, but uh, I think none of the picks so far indicate that Fizz will be played in lane and switch. I think it will probably be
Yeah.
jungle Fizz.
That'll be cool. That'll be fun to watch. Also, we see an Orianna pick. I don't know if picking her this early is the best idea, just because of the fact that she does have some pretty good counters.
Yeah.
So, uh,
Her counter list is, I think, pretty much everyone. I don't know. Although,
yeah.
actually, she did just get buffed last patch.
What was the buff? The
I think mana costs on her Q, which, if you played Orianna, you only put 1 point into Q. And
yeah.
so I don't think it's the biggest buff in the world because really her level 1 mana cost on Q is completely the same. So I think Riot kind of missed the mark on what this buff was.
Hmm.
But also Ari is very good against Fizz, in my opinion. But it looks like he is instead going to go for that Gragas pick. Uh,
Oh, that'll be fun.
and a strong ganking jungler like Maokai. Oh no, he
Nope,
does change
nope.
it to Ari
Back to
last second.
Ari. Yeah. Ari and Maokai together when you're just guaranteed that taunt. I
Yeah,
mean that'll make that lane very dangerous,
yeah. Although it
especially for
is.
somebody.
Oh wow, Nisli picking up Vagar. Maybe we could see no.
Oh well.
No,
Uh,
I don't know. You don't know, right? I mean, the Orianna, I guess, could be sent solo top against Renekton.
it's
Um,
not. It's a really bad idea. I've
yeah,
had some friends try solo top Orianna recently, and her base armor value is it's like one of the lowest in the game.
yeah.
I
Although, her real advantage, if I mean, obviously it isn't, I guess, the ideal way to play her. She
hmm
lacks sustain. She is very squishy, but what she does have is this sort of passive auto attack steroid, which scales off of AP. So if you are a melee champ, and I think Renekton is such a strong early game laner that that's not the kind of person you'd want to run, but run against you wouldn't want to run Orion against a Renekton because he's such a bully in lane. But if you're against a weak laner and you can make use of those auto attacks, I mean, you could sort of see it working out as long as they don't get up in your face, and that's what solo
yeah.
top's all about: getting up in their face, trading, and then just sustaining, getting back up to full health, then trading again and again and again. And these champs, especially range champs, just can't deal with that. So we do see
Hmm.
Udyr being picked up as that last pick and will be going up top against Genocide George on Renekton.
Yeah, that'll
Um,
be a great lane.
It'll be an
I mean,
interesting lane to watch. Yeah, I mean Renekton is just such a bully early game, and I think people sort of forgot about how strong he was. And I think it was Shampoo on the NA server who just always played a lot of Renekton. That is a very loud drum. Still, right? Still hasn't changed that. Anyway, Shampoo playing a lot of Renekton and sort of bringing him back into favor. So we'll see how Genocide George is able to do. Udyr, obviously one of the traditional bruiser sustain solo tops. Get
well,
that?
he can be just such a monster. I mean, depending on how you decide to play him, if you play him Tiger, he's such a great single target character. But I mean, we saw Hotshot at, I believe that was IEM Hanover, where he was playing that Phoenix stance Udyr top, just crazy amounts of lane clear, crazy amounts of just without and there it was a weak ganking jungler in the form of Shyvana.
Yep.
So with no hard CC up top, I mean, Hotshot just ran top lane
Yeah.
and constantly was taking the golems, and there was nothing they could really do about him. He was like farming near their second tower, but he was fine.
Yeah. Yeah. He's sort
So
of
I
like
mean, he can be a
singed in that regard.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Very, very. I mean, they're similar, but at the same time, Udyr also has that versatility to also be like have hard CC enough for the entire team.
Hmm.
You know.
Yeah.
It-
But also, I mean, this game around we see Maokai and Renekton, lots of CC, lots of early damage, and an Ignite picked up on Genocide George. So they might be able to do a lot of work to Shreve's Udyr early game, and then Renekton is definitely a solo top who snowballs very hard, very mobile, like a 1.5 second stun or something like that, and then that Q just does so much damage. So if Shreve gets behind because of these jungle ganks, you could see that lane very very clearly snowballing in favor of Genocide George. So we'll see how that goes.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna go put some water on so I can drink some more tea while this is going down.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
so
So I'm gonna be alone. I hope he heard that as he was walking away. A single tear rolled down his cheek. Um, anyway, so looking at these lanes once again, last game we saw something a little bit unstandard. Blue team with Mr. Sushi doing a very good job as Blitzcrank, missing almost no grabs. A couple of grabs here and there that should have hit that didn't hit, but a lot of grabs that shouldn't have hit that did hit. So I guess it all evens out with Sushi's blitz. However, they didn't have a ranged AD champ, and I think that is the reason that they didn't win that game. Whereas this game, we do see only jungle on Heal Ignite Tristana, which is obviously a very strong early game lane, against Soraka Corki, which is very poke based, but not something that can really win and engage if Tristana or Blitz makes the move and goes in. The other thing is that at level 6, you just have so much damage in CC coming out at the hands of blue team's bot lane, Trist and Blitz. Lots of CC. Blitz gets the grab, knocks up, Trist gets in positions, ults them, and then all of a sudden you are, you can traverse like 1,500, 1,600 units. It is a huge amount of CC. So I'm mashing Control-Shift-1, hoping that this resets, and it doesn't reset. There we go. Now it resets. All right, so we have the stream fully set up. My client did not decide to bug this time around and randomly spawn itself halfway down the screen. Are you back, Kaiser? I think I heard someone walking around your room. No? Okay. Well, hopefully there isn't a murderer waiting in your closet for you to put your headset on and start casting. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and get into this game. Ahri against Orianna mid, Renekton against Udyr top, Fizz squaring off against Maokai in the jungle, and then that Tristana Blitz sort of kill lane against Orianna Corki. It is important to note, I'd say, skin advantage very clearly in favor of purple team, and as the saying goes, you have to skin to win. So we have Orianna, Fizz, and Udyr with a clear advantage over their opponents, who only have Renekton, which is I think that's a decent skin. Looks pretty menacing. And then only jungle busting out the purple Tristana, which I think counts as -1 skin because it's free. And obviously, everyone knows the only reason skins are worth anything is because they're so rare and valuable. So we do see Cloth 5 being picked up on the jungle Fizz, who's running alongside Orianna. It looks like I think they know that Blitzcrank is going to try and invade their blue, and they don't want to repeat what happened last game where Sushi just walked up and got a nice grab off. Looks like that both teams running down mid lane. Caffeine gonna spot the entire enemy team kind of on the left side, so I guess they know that maybe invading the right side isn't going to be so fruitful. Nistley calling for the all random all mid would be interesting to see, but it's not going to happen. And yeah, here we go. All the blue team heading into the purple jungle. They know they've got the stronger level 1. Ahri did put a point into her charm first. Renekton not yet taking anything. Tristana with rocket jump. That is a very scary level 1 team, and it looks like blue is just going to do what purple is going to do to blue, what blue is doing to purple, and we are going to see the blue buffs transfer from one team to the other, and from the other team back to that first team. So we are going to see likely Fizz picking up blue and Maokai picking up blue. Nothing really that strange there. Maokai already putting saplings down to that blue buff. Just going to go for the early steal. Not even going to bother going for those wolves, which I find a little bit surprising. If you can take one wolf away, that is a significant amount of gold and XP that gets lost. Bacon, unfortunately, putting down one sapling a little bit too early. And that sapling is going to spawn also a little bit late. But anyway, we see purple team stealing all of the wolves, not even leaving spawn. Orianna getting a nice leash down for the Fizz. Renekton not even going to bother face checking that, as he knows there's someone in there. Fizz, did Fizz smite this? Fizz didn't even decide to smite. and instead saved it. Maokai did smite, so I think Fizz is going to have a slightly faster jungle clear. He's going to pick up that red and maybe go for a level 3 gank up top.
Sushi
Wow.
missing a grab down bottom, which was
back,
going to be a gank from Maokai. Yeah.
Okay, I did miss that, yeah. And in fact, I told myself, I was like, I should check if this Maokai skills his Twisted Dance, which he did.
Yeah.
So that's going to slow down his jungle clear a bit compared to the Q, the Arcane Smash.
Oh, good hook from Sushi trying to go in on that Corki.
Oh, wow,
but jungle not quite in place.
Yeah.
Jungle playing Tristana.
Yeah, that's something we haven't seen, really. And by the way, what time are you at right now? I'm at 2:55.
I think I'm a second or two ahead.
Okay,
maybe
cool.
3.
All right, so shout out First Blood if I miss it. And I should probably watch solo top because Fizz level 3 against the level 2 Genocide George goes in. Oh, but no, very bad positioning.
A little bit of a taunt coming out.
A little bit of a taunt coming out from George. Just listen to that Renekton taunt. But Fizz got behind and used his dash, which Renekton was just able to E away from. So Maokai not yet picking up his red. Fizz might want to go for the counter jungle right now, as he is, I think, about a half level or a level ahead. And he's got that red buff. He might be able to run into Maokai at red. But he's
kind of far away from that.
Yeah, and although Udyr is very pushed up top, and it looks like Maokai is slowly making his way up to that top lane, where they can pretty much just chase the Udyr all the way back to the turret. Oh wow, we get a grab going down. The ignite.
Oh, but jungle's in danger, and
Jungle's
he's
in a lot of
crushed
danger.
Wow, we're talking.
Yep. Can't ARAM without clarity. I missed that on Renekton. Anyway, yeah, we didn't see really the heal from Blitzcrank. He is only level 2, and that heal did like 1 auto attack worth. But the Soraka was also able to live with 1 auto attack. Caffeine going in mid, lands the charm, hits a nice full rotation of spells, which is going to get Theory of None a little bit low. Oh, where's that?
That's happening bottom still.
Okay, but the Maokai gank comes in, the Q lands, the charm lands, and she is going to go down. Caffeine picking up a kill. Very nicely done there. She was forced, however, to use her flash as she didn't get that ignite off during her spell rotation. Nice grab from Sushi. Sushi gets the hook. I don't know. Fizz is around bot to kind of counter gank if they commit to that, which they aren't going to do. Oh, and Genocide George going low up top to that I think Phoenix stance solo top Udyr, not something you see every day.
Yeah.
However, Genocide George does have that level advantage. If he had taken his health pots earlier, that could have been a kill. He does have his ignite up also. Just gonna go in, get a nice Q, put some damage down, and then back off. Very nicely done. Maokai now, of course, going for his red. Smites it, gets it, and it looks like they're now pretty much even. I think a small XP advantage going in favor of Fizz, about 1 creep camp ahead. But no successful ganks for Fizz yet, and a successful gank for Maokai. So Maokai, I think, probably even in gold right now, 1.3 to 1.3. Yeah, small gold lead for Maokai, but it's Maokai. He has that early game strength.
Did that first blood go to?
That went to Nisili, Corki.
Yeah. On the Corki, okay, I just want to make sure, because it looks like Blitz is not running the gold per 5 quints, whereas Soraka is. And looks like top lane.
Yeah, Ignite is used from Genocide George, however, Fizz would be in the area, so it's probably smart that Renekton didn't dive that. He didn't use his ulti, I don't think he was level 6 yet. I don't know, that would have definitely been a kill if he had his ulti, which of course gives him bonus health and magic damage to people around you. It's sort of like a Nasus ult. I know Genocide George plays a lot of Nasus. I think still maybe even...
Oh, big hook down bottom, jungle jumping in, but that Valkyrie.
Yeah, that Valkyrie. Oh, and Ari and Maokai missing that also. A nice kill. Caffeine, of course, with that CC on the charm, is able to get a lot of damage out.
Heading into Fizz's jungle, takes his raid camp.
Yep.
And
Genocide George is 6 with that ulti up. They might go for the kill on Udyr. Renekton is, of course, one of the strongest turret divers in the entire game. We'll see what they do. It's a full health Udyr though.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the smartest decision to dive it. George probably calling for them to back off. Blue buff has respawned for both teams. 7 minutes, 20 seconds into the game here. Oh wow, and a nice Maokai decides to go in. However, misuses that that arcane smash and instead knocks the Udyr into the safety of his own turret. However, Maokai looks like he's just going back in again. Fizz did pick up blue down bot and is level 6. So if you want to maybe keep an eye out bot, I'm looking up top.
Sure.
The arcane twisted advance goes in. Not enough damage once again though onto Udyr. So I'm gonna shift my focus. Oh wow. No, Orianna not going left. Fizz sneaks into this brush. They don't know he's there. If this fish hits, it will almost definitely be a kill.
Oh,
the grab goes in.
Here comes the Fizz.
Lots of damage coming down onto only jungle. That's certainly a kill. However, lots of damage from the turret coming onto both Chansu and Soraka. They're probably going to want to get out of here. And yeah.
Oh, 1 second.
Ward coming down. This is a nice place to ward, by the way. Especially if you can get it kind of down over here. You can see the Wraith camp, see where their jungler is kind of hanging out. Maokai working his way over to that blue buff now. He is only level 5, 8 minutes, 40 seconds into the game. He does have 2 assists from 2 successful ganks and is putting a lot of pressure up top, but Shreve just too much sustain for Genocide George to really do anything about it. And is also, Genocide George is getting a little bit pushed out. However, he can, of course, just use that Q to instantly take down an entire creep wave. The CS right now is in favor, clearly, of Corki, who also has that kill and the assist. Only jungle's died twice, 42 CS to 52. We'll see how this lane heads out. Oh, it looks like a lot of damage coming on, and the 2 AP mids, unassisted, both kill each other. Soraka, unfortunately, not level 6 to use that wish. Also fails to CS that minion with her silence, which I think is a little funny. And just barely hitting level 6. Had she stayed maybe bot lane a little bit longer, she would have maybe been able to save that Orianna. But she's just going to hold down the fort mid lane, maybe try and get some CS. I think he picks that up. Will she get the second one? And she does. Anyway, this is interesting to watch what we see. I did it.
Oh,
I did the stupid thing.
Down sub 100 health.
Where you look at someone CSing mid and you miss the gank. But no, Renekton almost able to take down Shreve. However, Shreve does have 4 points in that turtle stance. So if you look at the 180 health that turtle stance gives you, and 210 damage that Ignite deals, you have to be below 30 health when that turtle stance for that Ignite to kill you. And if you have 31 health and Shreve uses Ignite, and George uses Ignite onto that turtle stance, it's not gonna kill. So Shreve deceptively tanky already, especially now that he's got a Wriggles. He's gonna have George is gonna have a very hard time trying to nuke down.
A gank coming in bot lane. Maokai gets switched to advance onto the Corki. Corki looking for an opportunity to Valk out. He's out, but he's
Soraka
slow.
used the ult, and no grab from Sushi this time around. He is the in-house Reddit champion of hitting those blitz grabs. Unfortunately, not having so much luck down bot lane this game. Not a single kill, and relatively far behind in CS. Lots of damage coming out on the capping mid, but just able to use that ulti to escape. Orianna ult just came off cooldown, so I think a little bit of miscommunication from Purple Team. Theory of None doing a decent job of CSing though. Oh no, sorry, that was Corki. 59 CS on Orianna to 77 on Caffeine's Ahri. So definitely in the favor of Ahri right now. However, Purple Team is going to go for an uncontested Dragon 11 minutes into the game. So this is going to be respawning around 16 minutes and 37 seconds. We'll see if we see a fight there. That is going to take Purple Team into the gold advantage. They did get that kind of kill advantage. Oh, and a nice charm from Caffeine. Able to do a lot of damage onto Theory of None. However, because of that Fizz gank, not able to use the ulti to secure that kill. And it looks like Fizz is also going to come in and gank. However, Ahri does have this brush warded and is instead just going to fall back. looking at the lanes, I think things are sort of starting to snowball in the favor of purple team down bot. However, one good blitz grab can end that. Chansu sitting in this brush for a very long time. It is warded, so he's just wasting his time at the moment. However, Maokai did stop by the counter gank, and someone's going low. It's Shreve up top. However, once again, that ignite is not on cooldown, and Genocide George is not going to be able to pick up that kill until he gets below 30 health. So.
I mean, but Genocide George does have a 20 CS advantage in the lane, so...
Yeah. Oh, and the Stronghold
with that
actually
one
comes
death,
out.
he's diving.
He does get the dive. Ari goes down to Orianna, but we do see this dive. Very nicely done from George, able to kill. I mean, that's sort of the power of Renekton. He has a 300 health steroid, which deals a significant amount of magic damage, and tons of CC and some decent sustain, as well as the mobility he gets from E. Very, very, very good at diving. We did see Ari fall down to Orianna, which I believe was due to a Fizz gank. Orianna able to sort of reclaim a little bit of that gold.
Lane, he's able to back out, and it forces a heal from out of Corki, so...
And also a flash from Corki too, so maybe Maokai can use this advantage. Bot lane doesn't have a ward in this brush, so Maokai could, ask the Tristana Blitz to push, but no, instead he's going to get spotted by that ward on River. They know he's around bot, they are falling back. I think they're going to go check the blue for Fizz. Orianna getting in position to maybe cut this Maokai off, spots him in the brush.
Being surrounded by that Ari, Slinger's going to be coming in, but...
Yep, no, it's not going to be a kill. Orianna did not have her ulti up, so neither team could really engage on that. Fizz is around in case this turns into a team fight. Oh, and the beautiful Fizz ult connects with Maokai, lots of damage coming out, and that is almost definitely, that is the kill picked up for Fizz. Assists on both Corki and Orianna.
Over the
wow,
wall.
Ari going huge. Very nicely played from Caffeine, understood that weakness in Corki. A flash from Chansu though. Wow, very good CC. However, that troll pool is just too much. The shield from Orianna goes down. She doesn't have ulti up yet. Still chasing from only jungle.
And yet again, we see action up top.
Getting
Udyr going really low. George chasing him under tower and is able to pick up the kill.
From George. Yeah, George is sort of in that position that a Renekton wants to be in. He's got his brutalizer, he's bullying the enemy lane, and he's denying CS. People say that Renekton doesn't really scale in the late game very well, but if you stop your lane, then neither does your opponent. A grab from Sushi attempts to connect to that Orianna, but unfortunately not really able to connect it. Orianna is sitting at around half health, so that would have certainly been a kill. She did also, by the way, pick up that Chalice of Harmony earlier on, so she does have 82 MR against Ari's Burst, which I think is a build that Salsi really popularized, and she is now going to pick up blue. Orianna can farm very well with blue buff. With her W, she has a lot of range on her abilities. So we'll see how it goes. The gold advantage still in favor of purple team, I think, because of that dragon they picked up, as well as George's top lane shenanigans and the huge amount of pressure that Jungle Fizz is putting down. However, Renekton for blue team is kind of keeping them in the game at the moment, and what I really want to see from George is to say, like, oh, okay, I've won my lane, maybe I want to take the turret and push out. But I think it's sort of the time where he might want to start thinking about helping his team, who aren't really doing as well. Either that, or really just call for ganks and get super strong ganks going on up top. It looks like Ari and Maokai are heading up top. The Twisted Advance comes in. She gets the stun down. Ari is around, but no, it looks like Ari does go in. Misses the charm, misses the Q. And here's Fizz.
Fizz misses his.
Yeah, Fizz misses his ult on that Ari. He didn't want to stick around. But still some nice damage coming down from the hands of Caffeine, and Orianna now pushing a cannon minion into the turret. So lots of, oh nice, and blue team actually able to pick up that ward. Fizz not so happy about that, putting it down right, picking up the ward right as it gets put down. However, now Orianna is behind Maokai. Maokai going in on a Udyr. I don't know what he was thinking. It's a 2v1. It's a 3v2, in fact. I'm sorry. But that was a strange Maokai move. He went right under the turret on a half health Udyr. Um, so we now see Ahri back bot lane. The grab from Sushi misses. Ahri is back to her mid lane, sorry, not bot, and she is pushing down her turret. It looks like Ahri has pushed a little bit harder than Orianna. However, oh, beautiful charm from Caffeine. The Orianna Theory of None actually hit that Q perfectly, and Ahri was standing on top of it. However, excuse me, the taunt from Caffeine made it so that Theory of None was unable to get off that ulti, which would have for sure been a kill, as Caffeine, I think, didn't have ulti up during that engage. We do see Dragon has come back up. It's been up for about 30 seconds now, I think. And it looks like Nisli is just going to leash it. He has a BF sword over Trist's pickaxe. So as long as they don't get engaged on, and I mean, Blitz is very good at forcing these engages, as is Maokai. Wow, the Fizz ult comes off, hits Ahri, lots of damage going on over there, and a perfect Orianna ult.
But Maokai's just taking so much damage, as well as Trist, and they're going to pick up two kills
for that. Orianna also getting very low. Caffeine not quite able to pick up the kill. A nice charm goes onto the Fizz. So that was a 2 for 0 exchange, actually. Not a single kill picked up by the blue team. And it looks like that's going to be a 2-kill lead, and Dragon was just gonna further cement this lead that purple team has. Rocket going very low to that Dragon. I don't think she meant to tank it, but that troll pool from Fizz, and Blitz gets the grab on Fizz, but that is gonna be a dead Fizz. I think he was aiming for that Dragon. Not the smartest thing to do.
You mean the dead Blitz?
Yeah, sorry, that is gonna be a dead Blitz. Not the smartest thing to do to try and steal Dragon with a hook, because that's what happens when you hook the melee with a red buff and a ton of damage. You just fall flat on your face and die. We do, however,
meanwhile, like Purple got very low during that, so they were unable to get that mid tower, which Ahri just pushed down.
Oh, very nice. I did miss that. And yeah, Ahri with a 40 CS lead over the Orianna and 2 kills, plus the turret down. This is actually, this is still anyone's game. The AP mid is obviously a champ who scales very well in the early game, and we've seen how good Caffeine is at just totally spotting a weakness in the positioning of the opponents and just going in with that ulti, getting a quick QWE down and picking up the kill. Did that on Nisli earlier, and then on the flip side, however, Nisli and Tristana are really the late game hyper carries. Tristana able to close the gap and almost takes down bot turret. And also, actually, if you look at this, Nisli did build a Bloodthirster on Corki, so he's not going to be doing as much damage as he otherwise could have with his auto attacks. However, he does get some nice scaling, AD scaling on his E and his ulti. However, we do see Maokai behind.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, that's because. Oh, and he gets the hook after the Valkyrie is used.
Looks like Vasili's going to go down.
Yeah, very nicely done. Tristana able to pick up her first kill of the game. First kill, and that was actually the first kill she was part of. She had been 0-3-0, so now she is probably going to lead Corki in the CS after they take down this turret and maybe pick up another wave. So it looks like the gold for Tristana is going to be a little bit more even. She's at 5k, Corki's at 6k, but that gap is starting to kind of shrink down a little bit, especially after Corki was able to pick up first blood. We see a little bit of a jungle invade. Yeah. Oh wow, but Fizz actually flashes into 3 people. I don't know if that was the smartest move either. Throws the shark down on Maokai. Orianna is around a very strange kind of knockback. Everyone got knocked back. There's the Ori ult, I think the Blitz knockup or something? I don't even know. Oh wow.
And top lane picking up yet another kill from George.
Yep, that is just the pure power of a Renekton. He's building what looks like a Ghost Blade. He's actually picked up the Avarice GP5.
Still fighting down here.
Still fighting over a blue. Blitz goes down, Orianna goes down. However, Chansu able to pick up a kill. A nice charm. Capping gonna go down, and now has that double buff, which goes to Corki, and a double buff Corki who picks up 500 gold is gonna put him so far ahead of this Tristana. However, Trist did just pick up her Infinity Edge, but we do see a 6.7k gold in the bank for this Corki, which is second only to Ahri, although actually trailing slightly behind Genocide George Renekton. He's looking for this red buff. and he's just waiting. Okay, I see. He's just baiting it in the far brush, and he is going to take that down. Looking at George's build, he has 2k gold in his inventory right now, so we'll see what he spends it on. Maybe he's going to finish that Ghostblade. Maybe he's going to get a Phage, a Bloodthirster. All of them are very good items on Renekton, who scales very well from tanky stats, some AD, armor pen, and that active on Yumi's Ghostblade is very nice. So he doesn't decide to hold on to that GP5 from the
Fizz finding Maokai in his jungle is going to put down some damage, but that Maokai is starting to get pretty tanky.
Yeah.
Maokai forced to flash over the wall to Baron.
Oh wow!
Fizz lands the ult, and his entire team's coming down to pick him up.
Wow, very nicely played. That could be a Baron. They're all here. Trist is bot.
And now they're going in on this Ahri, or at least they were trying to.
I don't know about...
They forced her ult already.
Wow, that's good.
And,
oh wow, a brilliant grab from Sushi. Gets Corki into turret range, however it's not enough, and the combination of that Oreo and the Fizz damage, he's able to take it out, but it's still a very nice grab on the AD carry from Sushi. It looks like instead of Baron, they are just going to push down mid. Genocide George is coming in. We'll see. He is very far ahead of pretty much everyone in the game.
Oh, but Fizz is going to jump in. They're going to dive down Ahri, and Ahri's going down. Here comes Renekton, though. Such a monster. Such a beast. Jansu taking the turn, actually. But, man, you can't 1v5, man.
Yep. Although, I think he could have. I think he could have. Unfortunately, the tower aggro did switch to the full health
Holy
Orianna.
crap, but Tristana's been taking down that bot turret this entire time. So they actually traded one turret for two, and she's still pushing in. She's just gonna get some damage on the bot tier 3 turret.
Yeah, the purple team is too low to flank behind, and instead just had to recall, so she is gonna get a significant amount of damage. However, Ori is just gonna be able to throw down her QW and really
Straka coming around behind, just putting down some damage. I don't know if they can really chase, but they're gonna make Tristana run for a while.
Yeah, Tristana does have her ulti up as well as rocket jump, so yeah, there she is, jumping away. That's the power of Tristana. Let's crank. Trying to defend top turret against Nestle on Corki. Wow, we have an 8-1 Bruiser Jungle Fizz. That is a very good score for Fizz.
It's interesting to see how the kill scores are 10 to 17 in favor of purple team, but the gold advantage doesn't indicate as much, just because blue team has taken down like more towers.
And we see, the charm misses from Caffeine. Some nice juice, but it's not going to be enough. Blitz connects the hook, but the Fizz is dead before he's even grabbed. Now this could in fact be a Baron for blue team, or they might just want to push. However, the jungler is down on purple.
Dragon did just come up for, and it looks like they're going to go into position.
That's definitely the smarter option at this point in time. I mean, the Orianna ult, Corki AoE, Udyr is very tanky. I don't think they'd be able to get up. They wouldn't safely be able to take Baron 25 minutes into the game in a 4v5. However, they're not even safe in this dragon fight. Maokai going in a little too aggressive. I don't really know what that engage is all about.
Yeah.
And it looks like if the Orianna, and the Orianna misses, that's unfortunate. That would have been an excellent opportunity. For
still looks like they're going to be going in on Caffeine.
Yeah, there is no turret here. A nice flash stun. And Renekton is also, by the way, able to push down top, but he's not able to get the turret. So, blue team actually closing the gold. Gold disadvantage there, however, it does look like purple team is able to... Oh, sorry, no, they actually lost that exchange, clearly.
Yeah.
It was a 2 for 1 and a dragon. Sorry, 2 for 0 and dragon. But now Renekton is level 17, 26 minutes into the game. That's very good. He might find this Fizz and decide to go in on him. Lots of damage coming out. The ulti misses, and George just barely walks by, but does get so. Oh, and the ignite picks up the kill.
It was the ignite, and he aggroed the creeps actually.
Yeah.
A little bit of creep damage on that kill.
George using his Yomu's Ghostblade to get away from the 3 people on purple team who are coming up top now. It looks like Corki is going to be picking up blue. I don't know if Orianna doesn't need it. She does have the chalice.
Very interesting. I mean, we started the cast basically by saying that Renekton doesn't scale particularly well. And here we have Renekton with, I believe, the highest gold in the game out of anyone.
Yep.
No, slightly outdone by the Corki on the other team by about 700.
Well, no,
Just
this is...
wow, Corki has 13 assists.
Wow. That's huge. Looks
That
like
is more than
Caffeine is
their-
gonna flash in, I think, or ult. I didn't actually see. That was a ult, not a flash. Tree does get taken
Tree
down.
getting picked up again top lane.
Yeah,
Just
Tree
a little
just-
bit too far forward farming.
Yeah, Treef is not having a good day against this Renekton, and I mean that's sort of the thing about Renekton. Sure, he doesn't really scale that well because he doesn't have any AOE CC to bring. Oh, and Bidern. Wow, the grab misses Bidern but hits the Fizz. He does E away. Very nice grabs coming out of Sushi. I don't know. I think they did see Fizz there. But yeah, Renekton sort of, you know, doesn't really. Oh wow. Where was
he
that?
found the R. He just found the Ari.
Oh, I
He
didn't-
was just trying to
the
transition.
Orianna?
Or
Yeah.
sorry, Orianna. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I was looking bot.
And yeah, Tristana tried to push down bot, but Corgi valks in, doing a lot of bursts, but she heals and jumps over the wall.
Yep.
He's gonna be safe.
Oh, and
Fizz
Fizz
almost
going down on
getting picked up.
Maokai. I think he was aiming for Blitz and didn't quite manage to get it. George does take down a turret up top. He might want to rotate down and help out his team. Looks like the purple team, they have that Shirelias. It's on cooldown. Are they gonna? No, they're not gonna pop the Shirelias and go for the engage because they know it's a 4v5. They don't have eyes on Renekton at the moment.
Purple with a gold lead, but 2 towers down.
No, this
Only 2. This has got to be no. All right, the tower counter. Oh yeah, they still have that mid tower.
Yep. No, this is a very interesting game because you'd think that blue team is far behind, but just the power of Renekton and Ari really doing a great job to shut down purple as much as possible. However, it does look like purple is heading for Baron. They see
They want to
Tristana
force a
bot.
fight.
I think they're not even going to force a fight. They're just going to take it. Blue team is not really in a position. However, blue team might be able to get this inhib down bot. We have Tristana with an IE and her Q obviously.
Looks like they're considering forcing the issue. They've got
Renekton, if he wants to make a move, he wants to go in now. He does go in. Lots of damage going down. However, that is a 2-for-1.
Who's able to already pick up 2 so far, but George is going to go down. Purple ended up with the Baron. Tristana pushing down. It looks like it's going to be the inhib.
That was actually relatively in favor of blue team. I mean, I think they still, in terms of gold, they definitely lost it. But Caffeine is now able to just kite around the Orianna and the Soraka as Tristana gets the inhib. And is putting a lot of damage down even onto the base turrets, and Orianna is going to come in from behind, maybe get spotted by Trist. No, instead backs off. So yeah, that was obviously it's never a good idea to lose Baron. However, when you trade 2 kills and an inhibitor for it, it's not going to put you back as much as you can think, and especially the bot inhibitor. For both teams is the furthest thing away from Baron, which is at the top of the map. If you can keep those super minions pushing into the base, especially at around 36 minutes, if that inhib is still down, Baron's going to be respawning around 37 minutes into the game. If you have super minions pushing bot, you can really kind of fork the enemy team. And forking is, of course, a word from chess where you force the enemy team to choose between 2 situations they don't want to put themselves in. Choosing behind whether super minions push down your base or you lose Baron is a perfect way to...
Tristana taking some big damage mid.
Yeah, but Caffeine actually going in. Lands the charm not on Corki, but on
Fizzled onto the
Blitzcrank. Yeah,
but
Maokai goes in
really
again, but not really in the position. They should have, I think, waited for Renekton. It's sort of disengaged by that point.
A flash big ult from Orianna, able to catch both Blitzcrank and Ari, and now the chase is on.
Genocide George coming in behind though, dealing lots of damage to Fizz. However, the Soraka heal almost certainly going to keep him alive. However, yeah, this was a really...
What do we keep saying? Don't 1v1 the other team.
Yep, and also this seems to be a theme in these Reddit in-house games. Ooh, Soraka just barely avoiding that grab. But yeah, one team will pick up Baron, and then this is what they do. The other team just snowballs to victory. Oh, Tristana not able to pick up the kill on Fizz. He lives with just 30 HP. Tristana very nearly.
But if you look back at
oh wow, Tristana actually getting caught by the Udyr. Flash comes in from Corki and also living with just 30 HP. So lots of action back and forth between these two teams. 32 minutes into the game. Purple team. Oh wow, yeah. Sorry, you were saying about those minions down the bottom, and they almost pick up the Nexus turret. It's sitting at just 160 HP, 150 now. I don't think they're going to be able to pick this up because this Bruiser Fizz is clearing the waves exceptionally fast. However, this super minion.
Oh no!
Oh, just barely living. One auto attack away from that super minion would have taken it down. Purple team, meanwhile, is going to kick off the uncontested dragon. Nisli kind of roaming around up top, maybe looking for some of that farm up there. He has that blue buff. He does push down waves very quickly with his QR combo, pretty much one shot away. And you do see, by the way, I missed this completely, not even building any attack speed on Corki, has a Bloodthirster and an Infinity Edge, which is very, very scary. I think he has a significant gold lead, 11k on Corki to 9.5 on Triss.
He's got another pickaxe picked up.
Is
that going to be for a maw?
No, it's definitely going for a Last Whisper.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So good at item choices.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it looks like Blue's pushing in mid. Blitz misses the grab, but that's gonna be a free turret for Blue right there. And man, it would be nice if whenever Baron died, we got an event notification, because then we would be able to tell very quickly when the last Baron was. But
yeah, we do see Renekton has just completed a Atma's Impaler, so now he's going to be looking to fight. Blue team setting up a trap, but some things coming down.
For both teams.
Yeah, Purple I think knows that they're there and is sort of reluctant to maybe face check that. They do have the Blitzcrank. They could try and force an engage. Corki is bot, and I think Blue team knows this. Purple team does have that next brush warded if Blue team decides to push up.
Oh, but they get impatient. Oh,
if it's
missing
the
bush.
That's not good.
Oh, Malcolm.
Oh, a catch on an Orianna. That is certainly going to be a kill. Very well done. And they use up a Fizz ulti. Not really going to get anything out of it though. It looks like they might want to maybe push down top or mid. Mid, of course. They did lose their mid inhib, so they are going to have to fight the Supermans. However, Nisli with the red buff is going to be able to catch the Sushi. Bacon did not use his Shurelli's early enough to prevent that first tick of the red buff slow. However, that Blitzcrank through W and Shurelli's is just so speedy.
You know what the inhibitor spawn time is? Oh, it looks like George's going to get caught in the jungle, and he's going to go down very quickly.
I think Genocide George is sort of throwing this game for Blue Team. He had such a good lead. Some unfortunate trash talking coming out of Corki, being a little bit of a D-bag, if you will.
What's the old saying? Win lane, lose game.
Win lane, lose game.
I mean, just one instance of how it can happen. Now, how long does it take for an inhibitor to respawn once kill?
Oh, this is embarrassing. I think it's 5 minutes.
Is it?
I think it's 5 minutes.
So that means that we have about 3 minutes till the next Baron?
Well, Baron is spawning in about 1:30, I think. I think I said 37.
Okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes for an inhib to respawn.
Cool. Alright, Blue's still just kind of hanging out mid, taking down those super minions.
It looks like all of Blue Team's minions are now dead. Super minions are now dead. There are no super minions in this next wave. So now Purple
has really claustrophobic vision, just wards in their own jungle, whereas Blue kind of has a decent amount of map control with wards all up in Purple's jungle.
It's clear that the wards are clearly focused around that Baron area, and I don't think we have any oracles on either team, which I think is a little bit surprising 36 minutes into the game. That's usually something you want to pick up.
Still with a gold advantage for Purple of about 5k, but you know, both teams with a single Baron inhibitor.
Baron has just respawned. 36:20, not 37. I was 40 seconds off on that timer. It was just an estimate. But we do see Purple Team and Blue Team both clearly know Tristana has just recalled to pick up her last Whisper. She is going to be doing a scary amount of damage. So it looks like Blue Team is doing a great job. Oh, by the way, there is an Oracle's picked up on a caffeine. However, Blue Team doing a very good job of pushing out mid. Oh, and the engage goes in.
Onto this Maokai. Maokai down at about half health already. True taking some pretty decent damage.
Oh, a nice grab onto Nisli. He is taken very low. He might fall. No, he's once again, Genocide George is not in position to team fight here.
That should be
Now
a
he's
Baron.
gonna get caught. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a Baron. However, it looks like Arya is making the right call and is gonna go over to try and backdoor that minion. George...
Actually, this might not even be a Baron. I think they're just gonna push and try and win.
Oh yeah, I think you're right actually. That's definitely the right call for Purple. Caffeine did not recall. Caffeine instead went to try and backdoor, thinking they'd Baron.
I think she was trying to get people to chase, actually, just showing herself on the map. Because, like, they have no way of defending this. Maokai won't be up for another 10 seconds. She just got back. There's all 5 up from Purple. Like, they're able to just push this down, and that'll be a GG.
Yeah, there's really nothing good to do at this point.
Nope.
Can maybe pick up a kill on Fizz. Yeah! And it goes to Sushi. So a very good game for both teams.
Yeah, that was a great game to watch, you know. If it hadn't been for Genocide George playing pacifist and refusing to take part in team fights, that might have been much closer than it was.
Yeah. No, I think that George had a very good run in lane, but then he just couldn't find the time to group with his team. And every time he showed up top, his teammates would just get initiated on by that Fizz, who would just troll pool to gap close and then use his Q to gap close and then drop a shark down on top of them. You can see the Maokai had built 2 Negatron cloaks and a frozen heart, but it just wasn't enough to tank the insane damage. Corki, of course, dealing true damage, and then a ton of both magical and physical from the rest of his teammates. So a somewhat unfortunate game that kind of, as many of our other games, got a little bit thrown by the Baron, and they're just, you know, I think really what you want to do is you want to not give up any turrets and just wave clear in a 5v5 and just stall out that Baron as long as possible. But usually what we're seeing is, you know, people still want to maybe sit in lane, they still want to get a little bit of CS, and they just get picked off 1v1. Especially you see that in these games with a Fizz, who is just such a good assassin late game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So I think I'm going to say the thing I always say, which is GG, WP, and maybe also see if we're going to get another one going. I kind of want to play in an in-house today.
Do you really?
I do.
I mean, these games are starting to get a lot closer.
They are, yeah.
So
excuse me. And I was talking to a couple other teams about maybe getting some Redditors versus teams games going. So, you know, some of these games we're often seeing, like Sushi would be the support, Caffeine would be the AP mid, things like that.
Sure, man. That would be awesome to cast. I'm telling you, Reddit versus the world. It's the future.
Yeah, it really is. So anyway, I'm gonna hit my handy dandy
end record
button, which is Control-Shift-R, and we are gonna see if it works. Here we go. Anticlimactic. Oh, and it's still recording. What is this?